and gentlemen, we are at the prime time part of this episode, at the moment you've all been waiting for. I think I said something better earlier, but who knows? We're here now today, baby. Let's do it together. So we're going to be talking NFL Divisional Round football. If you did not get to...
This one's for you, Cobes.
There it is. If you did not get to watch this game, I am so sorry. Any of these games, like any one of these 4 games, every game had a field goal in the final waning seconds of the game. We're going to go through them all. I want to start off with the Big Balls Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee, winning 19-16. Now, before we get too far into this and we talk stats, we talk the game and all of that, I just want to say the reason I call them the Big Balls Bengals is you had a rookie, first of all, Joe Burrow, period. And then you have a rookie fucking kicker, game on the line, final fucking seconds. Burrow comes over to tap him on the helmet and say, "Don't worry, bro, you got this." My dude practices like a putt shot and goes, "Yep, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship," and goes out there and fucking drills it.
What? Isn't that some big bullshit? Like, what's the dude's name from South Park when he was holding his nuts in the barrel?
Right? Like, as a rookie kicker, you're not even like, fuck, if Adam Vinatieri did that shit, fine. You know, whatever. But like, fucking a rookie kicker, it's just like, yeah, fuck it, guys, pack it up. Let's take it back home. We'll see Kansas City next week because fuck this shit. I'm ending it.
You know how much shit the Bengals got for drafting Evan McPherson? Like, what the fuck would you waste a pick on a kicker? That's why.
Yeah. He played for now. He hit 80. I think it was 83.7% of his fucking kicks this year. I think he only missed like 3 or 4.
And they all came in like one win against the fucking Steelers, where he couldn't kick shit to save his fucking life. But no, I mean, this game was fucking nuts. To start off with the Bengals, Big Balls Burrow coming out here 28 for 37, 348. He didn't throw any touchdowns and he threw 1 interception. But my mans won this game and threw 350 yards.
I was 2 yards high. I called 350.
He was sacked for 9 fucking times. Holy hell. This dude is made of nothing more than pure determination.
Dude, don't these Bengals have like the biggest like schmeat feel to them? Like, a completely different feel than fucking Andy Dalton ever gave them. Like, Andy Dalton, they made the playoffs, like, all right, I guess we're in, right? Now Joe Burrow's in there, and it's like, they have a fucking shot. Joe Burrow's got the schmeat energy.
You can feel it off the sideline with the coaches, too.
Mm-hmm. I can feel it from my house.
Coaches to the coaches you have now. Like there's a whole different, aura and like this feeling in the Bengals locker room now. Like, they're like, yo, we belong here.
Yeah.
I know that they're the inexperienced team in all of this, but I don't know if that maybe the inexperience is a good thing, right? They're not afraid of nothing. They don't give a shit. There's no tomorrow. We suck anyway, so fuck you. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this team, but it makes my dick hard. I mean, I'm in love with the Bengals. I'm sorry, James. I know it's your division rivals, but I am head over heels for this fucking team, bro.
I should hate the Bengals more than I do, but I'm rooting for them, right? Like, we've both been bottom feeders for fucking so long in the AFC North, even though, like I said, they've made the playoffs, but Bengals have always been a joke. The Browns have always been a joke. Now the Bengals are on top, and they're going for it. I love it.
My thing is I'm a Joe Burrow fan. And they're going in the right direction. Burrow's under 25. Mixon is, I think, exactly 25. Jamar Chase is under 25. Most of the key guys are young, and they're going to be together for a while. My thing is as great as this run has been for the Bengals, honestly, they shouldn't be in this position right now. They shouldn't be in the AFC Championship game. Great run. They deserve everything that's coming. I think they're a year too soon. I think that as great as this year was, they're getting into places they shouldn't be. Next year, all they really need to do is, if they can take away those 9 fucking sacks, if they can build an offensive line to protect Joe Burrow and open more holes up for Mixon and the run game, then we can be like, the Bengals are going to be around for a while.
And I honestly, I can agree with that statement to an extent. The only thing I disagree with that is that it's too early for them. I mean, Big Balls Bro took 9 sacks, right? And you obviously cannot have that as a way of life. But my dude, despite playing from the flat of his back, Jamar Chase, 109, Higgins, 96, Uzama, 71, Mixon,
run game.
51. He had 4 fucking receivers over 50 yards.
But look at the run game. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's a year too early. Because technically, with the line they got, they shouldn't be this far.
That's true. You're right.
Shouldn't be this far. If they get an offensive line to protect Joe Burrow would be throwing for 400 yards almost every fucking game, and they'll be rushing for about 100 yards every fucking game.
I can appreciate
need
that.
an O-line.
I can appreciate that. On the other side of the ball, we have Ryan Tannehill. And I'm sorry, Tannehill's a feel-good story, and he's not a bad guy, and it probably gets far too much hate than he's worth. But when the game is on the line and Tannehill has to win it, he throws you 3 interceptions because the moment will forever be too big for Ryan Tannehill.
So he's Carson Wentz's brother?
He is, as that TikTok trend goes, he is mid. My man is not pushing P. He is mid as fuck.
He is in the realm of Carson Wentz, Jared Goff.
He has no idea what to do with us. But no, and Hector, you were talking about it. You know, you got to watch out for Henry. Henry only got 62 yards. Now, he got the touchdown to accompany it. But like we were talking during and before the game, it's not about beating Derrick Henry. It's about containing him. 62 yards and 1 touchdown is containing him. That is what you need.
And that's on 20 carries. 20 carries. Like, that's a lot of carries for 62 yards.
Deonta Foreman was the one gouging them.
While Foreman's there with 4 carries and 66 yards.
Mm-hmm. Deonta Foreman's a fucking optical illusion because I thought he was the one I thought Derrick Henry was the one who blew open that huge run.
They both got the same. They both got like the tail. Yeah,
looks cool as shit.
The only thing different is that you can tell by the body size. You can tell by the body size. Like Foreman is a whole extra person smaller.
You can tell by the thigh size. If your thigh size is not at least 1 Papa Smurf large, then you are not Derrick Henry.
But I will say one thing: AJ Brown showed up. AJ Brown showed up. Julio Jones got some receptions.
Yeah, but 62 yards, I guess, isn't dog shit on 6 receptions, but it comes down to Tannehill, man. You can't throw 3 interceptions. That's the difference, right? In a game that's won by a rookie kicker in the final fucking seconds with his dick swinging, you can't fucking throw 3 interceptions. You just absolutely cannot. And I don't think that Ryan Tannehill is even to Trent Dilfer's level. Like, I don't think they can build a team around him. I don't think they can take the pressure off enough of him for him to be at the helm for this team to do anything. I think for them to do anything worth note, he needs to be gone.
Well, I wasn't a fan of him on Miami. I wasn't a fan of him on Miami. And he came to the Titans, which gave him a good line, a fantastic run game. You got elite receivers and a good defense. All he has to do is not turn the ball over.
And then he does this.
All you have to be is a Jimmy G.
Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about Gucci Garoppolo. What were you saying, James?
I don't know. Oh, they got to be looking for his replacement in the offseason. Fuck it. Cash out and Rodgers to Tennessee.
I mean, maybe they go
Rodgers and AJ Brown
and Julio Jones.
Get Tay in there, move some money around, bring Tay to Tennessee too.
Woo! Fuck that. I say Julio Jones and AJ Brown hit the road, Jack. Devontae Adams, you follow Rodgers into fucking Tennessee.
Yeah, I'd still want to keep at least Brown though. I'd get rid of.
You're gonna have to give up. Brown. If you're taking Rodgers and Adams, because they're trying to make it a tandem. You got to get rid of your receivers. If Rodgers comes in, you got to get rid of you got to get rid of Brown and Jones to bring in Devontae Adams.
So you're going to get rid of a 24-year-old or 25-year-old Brown for a almost 30-year-old Devontae Adams?
I would get rid of Jones, but
Yes, because we're also bringing in a 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers. How long do you think he's staying in the league?
You're right. I mean, you're putting that window there, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a win now strategy for sure.
That's a Rams ass strategy.
Yeah. Hey,
look where they're at.
We'll get there. We'll get to my Matthew Stafford season. But we'll stay in the NFC West for this, though. So, speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, Jesus fucking Christ. You could have told me you were from the future.
Baby Brady?
Take out a mortgage, bet every penny that you have available to you. The Niners are going to go in and kick out Aaron Rodgers. And I would have fucking spit in your face. I would have laughed at you. There's no way.
What did I say last week? I said I want to bet on the Niners because I kept saying the Niners, no one wants to play them in the fucking playoffs. But I gave Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the fucking doubt.
And you even said afterwards in the group chat, Hector, and I've been an Aaron Rodgers stan forever. And I don't remember specifically what you said, but it was to the lines of, at what point do we start blaming Aaron Rodgers? At what point do we fucking point our finger and say, bro,
his kryptonite is getting over that hump into the Super Bowl. He either gets to the NFC Championship and can't do it, or he gets beat by his other kryptonite, the fucking 49ers, who he's 0-4 against in his career in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have an awful game. 20 for 29, 225 yards. But here's the killer. No touchdowns. He couldn't find Cobb. He couldn't find Adams. He couldn't find the Lizard King. He couldn't find anybody. Like, this was...
Bro, his entire passing yards went to two people. 9 catches for 129 to Aaron Jones and 9 catches for 90 yards to Devontae Adams. Besides that, you got Lazard for 1 for 6 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy enough to look at Aaron, and he was a major problem in this. But let's talk about the obvious. The fucking Packers, they failed in the third phase of football. They failed in special teams. They put 10 men out to fucking give any shot for that final kick. That was asinine. I mean, any type of punt return was non-existent. They had nothing going. So you don't have to be great on special teams. You don't have to be Bill Belichick on special teams because what he does. You have to be good, and he wasn't even that, or they weren't even that. They were just bad.
You gotta be average. Just hold your block. Let the kicker kick it.
Yeah, this was just a catastrophic meltdown. Now, I don't think the Packers should only be scoring 10 points in this game. I think that's just asinine. But you're right. I mean, they had a lead. They had a 10-3 lead. And then all of a sudden, punting from their own end zone, and this game is tied in the blink of an eye. And now the world is holding their breath. And this game, again, came down to a final seconds field goal for the win.
The Niners won this game without scoring an offensive touchdown.
That's absurd.
It's wild, but that's the Jimmy Garoppolo experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say I do love the positionless 49ers, what they do. Because they had fucking Trent Williams running around like a halfback. That was sick, by the way. If you want to talk about boner football, that fucking slam he put out there was amazing. Brandon Ayuk had his hand in the dirt at one point. Deebo Samuel in the backfield, it doesn't matter. You're just out there. You play that position. Whatever you're playing in that play, you fucking play that. You have no set position, and it's great.
It reminds me of the one time in high school we were running a play and we were trying to do the hurry up, and I'm a receiver. And then at this point, we're like, get on the line. I literally was next to Joe Dean playing left guard, and I'm like, Joe, what the fuck do I do? He's like, yo, bro, just punch that guy right there. Besides that, I got you. He took out 3 people, and I'm standing there
The 49ers game was the epitome of fuck it. We're supposed to lose anyway. So just go. What do you want to Debo? You want to play line? Awesome. You want to play quarterback? No? Okay, don't worry about it. It's just fuck it. Just go out there and play football. But Kyle Shanahan, man, he's a crafty motherfucker. I mean, I'm up and down on him. He's a roller coaster of a coach, but he is a crafty motherfucker. And to win a game against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay without scoring a single offensive touchdown is fucking crazy.
I got a question for you guys. Now, so the Niners already went to one Super Bowl with Jimmy G. They already went to one Super Bowl with Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
If they go to another Super Bowl with Jimmy G,
No.
do they?
This is the most asinine argument. No.
Do they keep him in San Fran?
Sell. Slamming the sell button. Jimmy G's career is worth 2 Super Bowl appearances at max. Even if they lose in the NFC Championship, even if they lose next game, his trade value has fucking skyrocketed.
But that's what I'm saying. Do they keep him in San Fran because he's going, like, or are they going to take their chance with Trey Lance?
I think they'll sell the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. So what does Jimmy give you as a quarterback?
He doesn't. You win barely, but he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, he got no.
He turns the ball over like a motherfucker. Put him outside of the numbers. He can't fucking do that. He'll dot in the middle of the field. Anything outside, ass.
Yeah, but that's why they only let him throw about 20 passes a game.
But that's the thing. So if you're gonna go with this like fluid offense, why not Trey Lance? Because he can fit that better. He has the mobility. He has a big arm that can fucking make those big plays. Trey Lance has 2 assets already that Jimmy G will never have that already make him a better quarterback. And you can, if that's like, if you're looking at them at face value, they're not that much different. But those 2 differentiating factors make Trey Lance more of a valuable asset.
I'm just saying, like, if Jimmy G takes you to a second Super Bowl, obviously he's doing something right.
No, he's Trent Dilfer. He's just he's a victim of
and what they did with Trent Dilfer, they kept him around for 3 fucking Super Bowls,
and they were wrong for it. I think that he is a victim of circumstance, and if I'm the Niners, I sell him to the Giants for everything I can fucking steal from them. I'm gonna steal from that new GM like fucking candy from a baby, and I'm snagging
they're going for Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's going to the Saints. Boom.
I don't know.
No, dude.
Russell Wilson's not going there if Sean Payton ain't there. Sean Payton, bye-bye. Hit the road.
Quick aside on that, by the way. Quick little divisional round break. What the fuck?
It was only right.
I
thought he was going to leave with Drew Brees.
I heard a rumor about it like 2 days yesterday. Oh, the Saints owner doesn't know. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then boom, I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck.
I think he wanted to leave with Drew Brees last year. And it came out when Winston got hurt this year and he tore his ACL. Sean Payton reached out to Brees.
I saw that.
Trying to come finish the season out.
Do you think that Sean Payton goes and coaches elsewhere, or he's done?
Not right away. And they also have him through contract through 2024, so any team would have to pay him on top of just get that contract.
I agree with James. I think he's taking a little bit of time away, but he will be back in the league.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
The NFC South is about to be a content gold mine this offseason, though, Doug.
Yeah. How many head coaching jobs are about to be up? Like, come on.
We still have what is, and you kind of alluded to this, by the way, before Hector about Antonio Brown. We have what is inevitably going to be the fallout of this Bruce Arians situation. We are not done. It is not done. It is coming. Whatever is going on in South Beach-ish, Florida, I know, look, it's ish, James.
It's like a 6-hour drive.
There's going to be some sort of fallout from Tampa. Who knows if Tom is saying that? You're right, James. It's going to be a fucking content gold mine.
Speaking of Antonio Brown, did you see his HBO interview?
No.
Where him and his lawyer, check this out. Him and his lawyer do this interview where they come out and they say the Buccaneers hires try to pay him $200,000 to pretty much go into a mental nut house and get mental health help. He said, and then the question was, do you have mental health issues? He's like, no, I got mental wealth issues. He's like, I got mental wealth.
I mean, what a one-liner, first of all. Proud of him for that. Secondly, bro, God.
He said, I couldn't, when He did it with a smile. He's sitting there the whole time. No, I got mental wealth.
My man's either a mastermind or just cooking for Cocoa Pops, and I don't know
his
what.
Lawyer, if you look at his lawyer looked like he had just done 5 bong rips of moon rocks. Like his eyes were bloodshot red.
You got to. Can you imagine being a sober person as Antonio Brown's lawyer or PR person? Like, you're shooting heroin.
Where are you? Like I want to know what in this man's mind makes you want to come out and just keep opening your mouth and digging yourself in some more and more holes.
Because he's got mental wealth, baby. Speaking of mental wealth, you know who doesn't have some? Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, because it's Matthew Stafford season. The Rams go in defend SoFi technically. No, they went on the road.
They were the Raja.
Yeah, look at me knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. They went into Tampa and they walk away with a victory on yet another game-ending field goal.
They almost let Tom Brady do Tom Brady things. I think the age is getting to Tom Brady. Because at one point, finally, we seen him with less than 2 minutes not get it done.
Bro, that scared me. That touchdown to Mike Evans. I'm like, all right, well, the Rams get the ball. They're still up by 7. And then Akers fumbles. And I felt my heart drop. And I'm like, oh, God. No, Daddy, no, not again. I'm having like PTSD Jets flashbacks. Like, oh God, no. God, thank you. We lived through it. We all got through it together. And Matthew Stafford wins this fucking game. God, thank you.
I guess I get it from a perspective, but like, what's with the fucking zero blitz? Like, there's 2 instances I can think of where this is blowing up in people's faces, and it was the Jets from last year with Henry Ruggs. And then it was this. They sent everybody, and then Cooper Kupp, who wasn't even running a route that was supposed to be like a catchable ball route, like he was supposed to just be a diversion, was like, all right, well, I'm open, so fucking send it.
Might as well.
That man ended up with 9 catches and 183 yards and a long of 70. Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm
just saying, Sterling Shepard is still better than him.
Still, yeah, Cooper Kupp is terrible. By the way, all of the Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford haters on TikTok have disappeared from whence they came. One guy, I'll give one Steelers fan consistency. So shout out Custer Poe. I will give him 1 fucking point for consistency because my man keeps coming after me for, oh, well, they had a 30-34 run pass split. Right, but 4 of those runs were Matthew Stafford, so he was responsible for 38 plays as opposed to 26. So, I mean, the ball was in his hand more. So, thank you. But I'll give him credit for consistency. Stafford comes out here 28 for 38, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns. They protected him well, only sacked twice. And, I mean, just ice in his veins. This LA Matt Stafford is somebody different, or maybe he's not somebody different. Maybe this is really just the shroud that the Lions put around players that only someone that was God like Megatron could really break free of, which makes me ask the question, if Megatron's on any other team, does Jerry Rice look like a fucking bum compared to him?
You can't say any other team. You have to if he was with Brady or Manning or Big Ben when they were doing the Super Bowl runs.
Right, that's fair.
Maybe, but Jerry Rice is still the GOAT.
Oh no, for sure. I'm just saying, if you're able to break free of the shroud of bullshit that the Lions wrap you in to be as good as you are as Megatron, just imagine if you don't already have that weighing you down, because we're seeing Matt Stafford be a fucking.
That's another thing with Matt Stafford. He was a number 1 overall pick in 2009. Like, people forget that. He was meant for these moments. He was meant to be in a Super Bowl. Like, he was on a shitty Lions team for 12 years, and he managed to win a decent amount of games with them.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Kenny Golladay a career.
He gave
a lot of people a career. Let's get that right. He gave a lot of people a career.
True that. Cam Akers out here, 24 for 48, not like amazing numbers, but it's enough to take pressure off. And look, this is a dude who shouldn't even be thinking about putting on football pads right now. So I'm not gonna lie, like there's no Cam Akers slander that's going to come from my mouth. Cam Akers could go for 100 carries and 1 singular yard, and I'm just gonna gloss over it and keep it moving because he shouldn't even be thinking about football pads.
It blows me away that I'm an Olympics away from Cam Akers, and I slept weird, and I don't feel good today. But like this dude just came back from a ruptured Achilles in 6 months.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It usually takes a year to recover from.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
He went to wherever Brady was going, hyperbolic chamber, whatever.
Well, I mean, look at it too. Like even gymnasts are fucking recovering too. There was a gymnast in the Olympics last year that was like that ruptured her Achilles and was in the John. Like they're doing. I don't know how. I don't know what the fuck changed medically.
We have the science. We can
I'm
build
over here.
them.
If I get a cramp, I'm out for a week.
That's what I'm saying.
I fell on the ice 3 weeks ago, and I still can't move properly. That was 3 fucking weeks ago. Anyway, Cooper Kupp, as we know, is terrible. He can't fucking play football. Who knows
He's
why
not
we're
Sterling
even
Shepard.
He had 9 receptions for a bullshit 183 yards, an average of 20.3 yards. Like, what the fuck, you fucking scrub? And a touchdown with a long of 70 yards. So, I mean, I don't know why
you gotta call it out right. He had 11 targets. He should have caught all 11, you motherfucker.
Piece of shit. I mean, God thank you, Odell Beckham was on this team. 6 receptions, 69 yards. Not nice. No touchdowns. But I needed to bring this up because I have to stand on my words. And I was a big proponent of, well, how can you fuck this up? You were on 2 teams and you got kicked off of 2 teams. You must be the asshole. I said those words. I own those words. Those words apparently are wrong. That's as far as I will go. Still not sure if I like OBJ as a person because I also don't know him from a hole in the wall. But he does seem to have drama surrounding him. But
he's a baby Antonio.
He was in a situation where we haven't heard his name for anything other than his accolades on the field, which is nothing more than you can ask for. And his accolades on the field are helping his team to an NFC championship game and I think a Super Bowl run.
Is he a better number 2 than a number 1? I feel like that was the situation. I feel like Kupp is the number 1. He's taking all that pressure off of him.
I will agree with that. Now, that I will stand on and say that I've always said he's not the guy to lead your team. But you know what, Hector? Yeah, I mean, quite potentially that's the key to his success is not having to have the world on his shoulders driving him crazy. Maybe when the world just isn't there and everyone's worried about some fucking little white dude who apparently is terrible at fucking football, take all the pressure off of him, he could go out and not worry about shit. It could be very simple like that.
I don't know. Matt Stafford for not winning a playoff game in 13 years to win two this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams don't even have to make the Super Bowl. It's a bust for the organization because it's win or bust. But for Matt Stafford, an absolute successful season.
And can we talk about, by the way, Tom Brady getting his first unsportsmanlike penalty in his entire career
after just saying about the refs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved everything about that. So Von Miller gave him a shot. I'm sorry, I just don't think it was a penalty. His shoulder pad or crown of his helmet barely tapped Tom Brady's bottom of his face mask and caused his chin guard to ride up and split his lip. And Brady's like freaking out to the refs. And whoever that ref was just had no time for the bullshit. Didn't give him the time of fucking day, turned around, stared at him, threw the fucking flag. I was like, nah, fuck you, bro. We're not doing this today.
Is that the reason why he's contemplating retirement now? Oh, probably. My wife Giselle has supported me so much, and it pains her to see me get hit out there. Bitch, you've been playing football for 22 fucking years.
Like
shut the fuck up. Yeah. Plus, half the rules they made in football was because of your fucking pussy ass. The tuck rule? The tuck rule?
I'm waiting for more rules. You said
I thought you were like raising your hand, James.
Oh, I thought he had a question.
No,
I thought he had a question.
Unsportsmanlike, roughing the passer. Those are rules.
Tom Brady rule. Holding on the defense. Tom Brady rule.
Ain't that
Pass interference, Tom Brady.
But he came out 30.
Bullshit.
What other QB can go out there and high five a ref mid game?
Roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. That's a Tom Brady call. Yeah.
No, you're right though. There's some such shit with Brady.
But 30 for 54, 329 yards, a touchdown, an interception, 3 sacks.
That must have been the ref that he didn't blow before the game.
I got you, bro.
Really, I mean, the Tampa Bay didn't play a bad game if you look at the numbers and the game itself. I mean, yeah, they had to come back from a 14-point deficit late in the game, but it really wasn't like a shit game. Now, they got after Brady. They forced a lot of quick throws. They forced a lot of, playoff Lenny had 13 carries for a measly 51 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, but it's not like this was 14 points is not enough to call this a blowout for me, even though they obviously covered it and it was a 3-point win. But whenever you have Tom Brady on the field, I feel like you need to have like 1,400 points with 2 minutes remaining. And even there, I would still clinch my asshole just a little bit because I don't trust him. But Mike Evans, 119, Gronkowski, 85, Fournette, 56. And by the way, whether Tom Brady stays or leaves, I think the window is closed for this team. I don't know if Gronk comes back. Playoff Lenny, I don't think can keep repeating what he's doing.
He's also a free agent.
True that.
The run game was what really was hurting them. Yeah, Fournette had the 2 touchdowns or whatever, but 51 yards in total isn't going to do it. And to let a 40, almost 45-year-old quarterback throw 54 passes, literally what was missing was either the rushing yards to help Tom Brady or Tom Brady goes 3 touchdowns and 1 interception like he usually does.
Right. No, I agree. Like this team, I think, chose their window and said, we've got 2 years, 2, 3, maybe 4 years to win as many Super Bowls as we can. But after this, I don't know. I just don't see it, especially with this Bruce Arians drama. It's making that organization seem really fucking shaky right now.
They were hoping for a quick 2 Super Bowls, and then you wouldn't see them for another 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Them and the Cowboys, their windows just went.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Cowboys hasn't seen it in like 30 or 40 years. So I think it's almost 30 years now.
And then we have the game. The game of games. And what, by the way, all of these games, like I said, are just like porn worthy. Like these games are football porn. But this game, I'll be 100% honest with you. And I totally did steal this from an Instagram post, but I'm going to repeat it because I strongly feel it. I don't even want division. I don't even want conference games. I don't want a Super Bowl. I want to see Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen compete. I want to see them compete in beer pong. I don't even give a fuck what the competition is. I want to see these 2 men compete. That's the lifeblood that will drive me for the rest of my life because this game was balls to the wall insanity. Like the Bills lose 42-36 in an overtime thriller, and we'll get to overtime rules questions here at the end. But in the final 2 minutes of this game, 25 points were scored. Patrick Mahomes threw for 177 yards in the final 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's batshit insanity. Josh Allen, 27 for 37, 329, 4 touchdowns. Now on the other side, a heroic effort of 33 for 44 with 378 and 3 touchdowns. The 2 men combined for almost 800 yards of passing offense and 7 fucking touchdowns through the air.
What's crazy is that in that last minute and 54 seconds, like you said, there was 25 points, 221 combined passing yards between the both, and 3 touchdowns combined between the both. Like, I was sitting at work. I'm like unloading trailers and shit. I got my phone propped up with the game on. I stopped and I watched the entire 3 series. I saw Bills touchdown. I said, oh, they got this. Chiefs touchdown. Goddamn, Patty Mahomes about to pull the Tom Brady. Bills late second touchdown. My jaw dropped. with 13 seconds, my jaw dropped. I said the Bills are going to the Super Bowl, but you can't count out Patty Mahomes. And, oh my God! Like I creamed my pants probably like 17 times in that 2-minute period.
Soft. I didn't even have time to get hard. It was just all soft. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, holy hell. And I'm sorry, if you're not a football fan and you're just like disgusted by what we're saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you cannot understand what you saw. Because
You're not a football fan. What the fuck are you doing here?
Also,
hands down, the greatest football game I have ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Easily. And I will say this. What did I say last week was the key to this game? If Josh Allen led his team in rushing yards, the Bills will lose.
I mean, Patty Mahomes led his team too. It was literally a 2-man show. It was Josh Allen versus Patty Mahomes. That's it.
I don't care about the Chiefs. I said what I said about the Bills, damn it. Josh Allen led his team in rushing yards, and that's why they lost.
They actually got the Josh Allen 11 for 68. Patty Mahomes was 7 for 69.
Nice. And by the way, who in the actual fuck is Gabriel Davis? Anyone?
Yeah.
He's been around for a
wide
while.
receiver out of UCF.
For
He's
how
been around
long?
for a little
Who
bit.
is this?
Third year in the league, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, what a game to decide to just be like, hey, I'm the best receiver playing this weekend. How about you go fuck yourself? Like,
Then we
what
go,
a-
where was Steph? Oh, where was Diggs?
Yo, I was about to say my favorite tweet from this weekend was somebody being like, yo, Diggs, watch them celebrate on the field for him to only get like 14 yards receiving.
Yeah.
He was 3 for 6 targets, 7 yards.
7. Sorry, not even 14. Didn't even get double digits.
Yeah. That was bad. You got who the hell is R. Gilliam? And he got more yards than you. Like, who the fuck is Gilliam?
Yeah.
That I got that for you.
This game was this game was. So anyway, as we all know, we've alluded to the Chiefs tie it up, last second field goal and take it to overtime. They win the coin toss, they drive down the field, score the game-winning touchdown. Now, how do we feel about NFL overtime rules, gentlemen?
It sucks.
I hate that they changed the rules. I hate it. I've hated it from day one.
I'm gonna say this. It sucks, but is there actually a better option? No.
Going back to the old rule, you play out the fucking quarter. You play out the quarter like you should. Just like baseball plays out their overtime quarters, their overtime innings, just like basketball plays their overtime quarters, even though it's a shorter amount of time, you play it out. You don't say, here's one play. If you score, it's over. Well, give them a shot.
So
you go.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say Hector's answer is probably the only acceptable answer. And I don't agree with the whole you got to give the other team a shot because their defense was out on the field. They had a fucking shot. That is a major part of the game, and they failed at it. They had a shot, and they lost. But I am a fan. It's the first time I've heard that argument. I am a fan of saying it doesn't matter. The other team scores 1,000 points in the final 10 minutes, then okay, that you lose by 1,000. But play the timeout until the time runs out. That actually I find to be an surprisingly acceptable
If you don't want to
answer.
play a full 12-minute overtime quarter, don't. Make it an 8-minute overtime quarter. Split the time in half or whatever you have to do. Because I think, 15 minutes a quarter? Split time in half. You get 7.5 fucking minutes.
You know what? I think a full quarter personally, because you could make a drive last 7.5 minutes. But I don't necessarily hate that just play the timeout take. And in all honesty, it's the only take that I've heard that I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, that makes sense. I don't like the rule where it's you score touchdown, the game's over. But if it's a field goal, they get a shot. Yeah, I think that's
whether if it's a touchdown or a field goal, then the game's over. Why are you going to give them a shot after a field goal, but not the touchdown?
Now, I definitely agree. I definitely agree that it should be either all or nothing. Like any points ends the game, or we're playing it out to the end. Period. End of story. I fuck with that.
So people's like big counter to this whole thing though is that they want the college football rule, and I just don't think that fucking works in the NFL. Like, not even slightly. It works for college. It adds that like electric layer of like what college football is and like the messiness that is college football.
Right.
But going like tit for tat and moving the ball like closer, and like it doesn't play as well in my mind, at least for that. I actually think Hector, like I came in with that argument ready to go about like nothing works. I think you're right. I think that is going back and reverting might be the only answer.
So then my only question is, do we just keep playing? So overtime ends and we're still at 13-13. Play another overtime, would go to second overtime. And this time, okay, you know what, Hector? As we're talking this through, this is fucking brilliant. So your first, so here's my new proposal after all of this, is your first overtime is a full quarter, 15 minutes. And if we're still tied, then your second overtime is 10 minutes. And then if we're still tied, your third overtime is 8 minutes, so on and so forth. And if we're somehow to the end of it where we're like, all right, we can't have a 1 minute quarter, that's just absurd, then we do some sort of like hockey style shootout. Who can run the 40 the fastest?
Nah, fuck that. Go back to that old.
What I'm thinking is you play the first quarter out, you play that first overtime quarter out, and if you're still tied, then you can bring into the rule of next team that score, game's over.
I also don't hate that either.
Nah, fuck that. That's stupid. So bring out that whole set that they do for the Pro Bowl with the targets, and that's overtime. Only quarterbacks.
Any like Carson.
That was a good idea.
I don't know, because I thought about it and I'm like, yo, what if you got this shit of like you got like a Patty Mahomes and you're putting him against a fucking Jimmy G. You think Jimmy G and Patty Mahomes gonna hit the same amount of targets? I doubt it.
That's your choice. You made that decision.
How about Oklahoma drills?
Yeah.
Let the linemen decide. They never get a chance to determine physically. Obviously, the game is lived and died on the linemen, but they never get a chance to showcase how they win these games. So there's
yo, fuck that. Let the punters. Let the longest punt. Longest punt wins.
Hold on, dude.
I'm putting my money on Braden Man.
My man, Hector's trying to talk about punters actually punting, and James is like, punter Oklahoma drills? Yes, I want garbage.
Dude, that'd be sick. Are you kidding me? Punters first, then kickers, then placeholders. Fuck it.
I'm okay with I'm okay
long
with,
snappers. Who can long snap the furthest?
Hey, I'm about it. I'm about it, man. But no, honestly, like the only rational, because nobody's rational about this, and it's hard not to be logical, right? Because you watched that game, and I literally led off this game by saying that I want nothing more than to see Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes compete head to head in literally anything. So it's hard not to want to see that keep going, but we have to have some logic here. And honestly, Hector, I agree with you. I think
it just sucks because right now you go into the overtime game, Patty Mahomes throws the touchdown. Like, why aren't you giving? Like, I don't understand that. If it's a field goal, the opposite team offense gets a chance to score. But if a touchdown, they don't. Like, that doesn't make sense. They should have a chance no matter if it's a touchdown or a field goal.
So there's something just vehemently in my body that's like, no, it doesn't matter if they have a chance or not, because you didn't do your job. You had a chance by playing defense. That is a
part we only play one side of the ball. Why don't you give their defense a chance to stop you then?
That's why, in my mind, the playing the quarter out till its fullest, it's not, all right, you get X chances, you get Y chances. Playing the quarter out to the fullest, I think, is the fairest amount of, because look, if you take 15 minutes to drive the ball down, which I don't know if there's ever been a drive that's been that long, but if you manage to pull that off, then.
And you know what? You know what? To make, because people are going to try to bring it up. Oh, but what about regular season? Regular season, if it goes into overtime, you play the fucking overtime match full through. As many quarters as it needs to fucking be. No tie bullshit. This tie bullshit is fucking gay. No ties. You play it out until there's a winner. On the playoffs, obviously.
Playoffs.
Different. You give them one quarter, and then after that, the next quarter, first team to score wins. Period.
Because you don't want that dragging on, players getting hurt, ruining the product of the
And now
playoffs.
you're going 2-3 overtimes. You're killing your team. What if you're, NFC, AFC going before the Super Bowl? Now your whole team's fucking dead.
You're right. No, I can honestly, that is probably the singular between Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere that I've been over the last couple of days. That is probably the most rational overtime change that I've heard come from this, period. And I support it.
Buffalo Bills should have been in the Super Bowl. I'm mad because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that did ruin it, yeah. But let's talk about some matchups here. We got Big Balls Burrow and the Big Balls Bengals rolling into KC. I'm taking the Bengals. The Chiefs just played one of the most emotional games of their entire season. And I think it's going to be hard for them to match that emotion. I know that they're the only top-seeded team that has stayed consistent and that is still playing at home. But I think it's hard for them to maintain that kind of emotion. And when I'm won over by McPherson. You have a rookie fucking kicker saying some stupid shit like that. The kind of confidence all the way down to your rookie fucking kicker who has nice blood.
Joe Burrow's dance.
Yeah. I'm taking the Bengals, and I might take the Bengals by double digits. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm teetering back and forth. Should I take the Bengals? Should I take the Chiefs? You can't doubt the Chiefs, and you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They've been to the 2 straight Super Bowls. They won one. Patty Mahomes is just an alien. And then you got Joe Burrow, who technically is still kind of a rookie. Like, he hurt himself halfway through his rookie season.
Yeah.
And to see him do this is fucking phenomenal.
That's not Ben Simmons logic on being a rookie, bro.
Well, him winning the Rookie of the Year his sophomore year is bullshit. You're not seeing Joe Burrow
that's
winning
fucked up.
Rookie of the
No,
Year.
you're right, bro. You're right. I get what you're saying.
You're not seeing Joe Burrow winning Rookie of the Year. I don't know. I'm back and forth. I really don't know who to pick.
Vegas has KC by 7, just to let you know. Vegas has KC by 7. I think that's madness. In fact, I might go.
Bengals got a better running game.
I think Bengals have
a better running game, while the Chiefs got a better passing game. Slightly.
Do they?
Just because Joe Burrow got chased, but and Uzma is nice, but he ain't no Kelsey.
Okay, what about T. Higgins? What about Tyler Boyd? He had 2,000-yard receivers and 800-yard receivers.
That's not Pringle. That's not McCole Hardman.
Mecole Hardman and Byron Pringle? Dude's named after a fucking chip. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking team for punt returning.
He keeps going to a fucking Super Bowl.
That's your argument? He's named after a chip. He's not good.
But that chip got a mustache.
I'm going to start referring to Cooper Kupp as Red Solo from now on. Anyway. But no, please, James, who do you got?
So
Hector, who do you have? You never finished who you got in this.
You're making me decide right now. If I decide right now, then I'm gonna have to change my pick.
This is tough.
It is.
Okay, I'm going Bengals. I want someone other winning the Super Bowl. I'm going because no joke, I wanted Bills to win so that right now, like let's say the Bills won and Patty Mahomes lost, there would be no quarterback remaining playing that has won a Super Bowl or been to a Super Bowl. It'd be brand new. Burrow's never been, never won. Stafford's never been, never won. Fucking Garoppolo's been, but he's never won.
I think he was like a Patriots backup, but no, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
He's never won as a starter.
Right.
By
the way,
I mean, you can stay in Tom Brady's clout all you want, Jimmy G, and be like, yeah, I got a Super Bowl, but go win it yourself.
He's got that Tyrod Taylor ring. That's why.
If the Bengals win a Super Bowl, I'm just saying, if they go to the Super Bowl this year, the Jets are better than the Super Bowl winning team. Just saying. Jets beat the Bengals. Mike White beat the Bengals. So you sit on that and think about it. James, Anyway, who do you got in this?
So we talked about the inexperience of the Bengals, and this game is one of those ones that's like so fucking close to call, which I guess makes sense because there's only fucking 4 teams left in the whole thing, and like cream rises to the top. I do think this is where Zach Taylor's fucking stupid play calling comes into play, and his like lack of aggression on first down and not just airing it out and going for it and trying to run it bites him in the ass because you have to put your foot on the gas and you have to fucking go until you hit a wall against the Chiefs. And I know they've already beat the Chiefs this year. They did it somewhat recently. I think I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. Not by much, but it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be another game that's just rock
It's going to
hard.
be an air raid.
Shaft. Yeah.
It's going to be an air raid. It's going to be an air raid. They don't have – both teams – I mean, Mixon's a good run game for the Bengals. But like I said, that offensive line is not it. So the run game looks weak-ish.
Right.
But the Chiefs got no fucking run game, and we all know that.
Right.
I do run fucking run. So it's going to be a straight air raid. It's going to be like, who can make that pass and not turn the ball over? Patty Mahomes or Joe Burrow?
And keep in mind, Tyrann Mathieu left that game with a concussion. Now,
that's a big
if
part.
If all goes well, he'll be back in time. But that's if all goes well. So that could be a huge loss.
We talk about drafting blunders a lot. No one points out that the Chiefs missed out on Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Swift and went with dude with a fucking hyphen in his name.
James,
I mean, if you really want to go there, you can talk about how the Jets missed out on everybody.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Browns, let's go. Married in misery.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to talk about like nutting at this Bills game, I had post-nut clarity realizing that Josh Allen could have been our fucking quarterback.
Whoa. Okay, so I speaking about the Browns, it made me think of McCown real quick because you said Allen, but I thought you were going to say McCown. Did anyone see that Josh McCown went for an interview for the Jaguars head coaching job?
What? No, but that's
the Jags. It was one of the Jags or the Texans. Yeah, I did see that.
What?
He went for the head coaching job. Yeah,
they interviewed him and Hines Ward.
I think McCown's going to be a fucking great. Well, not great, but I think he's a fantastic head coach. I think he knows his shit.
That's some good styles.
I think minimum he'll be a good OC.
I think he goes out, he becomes head coach, he calls up Ryan Fitzmagic and makes Ryan Fitzmagic his OC.
You want to talk about air raid offenses? That's what they're not even.
You got a Harvard man running the OC. You got McCown. You go over, you get yourself a defensive back.
That team's gonna wind up empty set every single fucking play. But anyway, let's get into the NFC West matchup for this NFC Championship. Niners-Rams. Now, the Niners have had the Rams number this year for the last couple of years. I'm sorry. I'm staying with Matty Stafford season. I'm not off of it. I'm there. I'm living there. This is my house now. It's Matthew Stafford season. Period.
I'm not going to lie. One of the jerseys that I want is a Matt Stafford jersey. And not know like that. Yeah, I get it. I would love a Rams Matt Stafford, but like even a Detroit Lions that like I would love a number 9.
I fuck with that.
I would love a number 9. Like Matt Stafford, this is his season. Boom or bust. I think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
I'm with it.
Am I just going to play the contradictory on everyone? So this actually goes against one of my biggest rules is I'll never pick a team to beat someone like 3 times in a year. I'm taking the Niners, though. I think they're like this buzzsaw, like team of destiny feel. I fucking love it, especially after
like Jimmy G because he used to be in Boston.
I met Jimmy G one time. It was the dumbest conversation I've ever had, but that's a conversation for another time, I guess.
Damn, you met Jimmy G and Brady, and none of them wanted to give you no love?
Jimmy Pibbs is the true GOAT of breaking down the I mean, Hector had to come right for his soul like that, but
it's going to be another game that's going to come down to the wire. I don't think there's either side of these games is going to be like a blowout. Give me the 49ers though. I think they're just a buzzsaw fucking team. I think they're a team of destiny. They're going back.
I kept saying it. So, like 3 weeks before the season was over, I had told Zach, if San Fran can squeak in they're going to be terrifying to play in the playoffs. The Cowboys slept on them. Look what happened. Green Bay slept on them. Look what happened. I can say the same thing. Like people, like the 49ers defense is legit. That is a stout defense.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's really scary about the whole 49ers situation is their QB play, and their running backs are nothing more than the next card picked. So Elijah Mitchell will go out and ball out all he wants. The minute Elijah Mitchell shows any slight downgrade injury or whatever, he's out the fucking door.
And God forbid Debo gets hurt, that entire offense is gone. If he has to miss even a quarter,
we haven't seen George Kittle play George Kittle football in about 4 weeks since they entered the playoffs. He went hot for about 3-4 weeks coming in, and then that last 2 weeks going into the playoffs, and then in the playoffs, he hasn't played legitimate George Kittle football.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It's fair, but it means he's due. George Kittle,
about your logic.
Who won that?
The destiny.
Elijah Mitchell, 260.
I mean, granted, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it because the Rams over here with one of the greatest DBs playing right now, linebackers playing right now, DNs, the linemen playing right now, and they're still giving up 30 points.
Yeah, that defense is a mystery because they play so fucking well. Like watching the game, you're like, damn, this is a great defense. And then you see the score and you're like, but what are you doing?
Yeah, this is arguably a defense, by the way, with, like you said, a lot of it, but like arguably the best player in the NFL, like on their side, in Aaron Donald. And it's just like, I guess 30 points is fine. But like you're right, they have like the coverage, they have the pressure, they have everything.
Yeah, when you watch the game, you're like, damn, they're getting after it.
Aaron Donald, which is arguably the best in their positions down the tier from secondary to middle to line, and you're still giving up 30 points.
But you're scoring more. Let me pull a Joe Buck here. The team that scores the most points wins the game. That's all that matters. They're doing enough. They are doing enough.
But that's the scary part. Because if their defense is willing to give up that much points, and they're offense scoring more, but San Fran's on the other side and only need 13 points because their defense is shutting shit down.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just going to bully the shit out of Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Jimmy throws 3 picks. I just think they fucking bully his ass. Like, Deebo Samuel might save the day, but I think they're just going to bully the shit out of Jimmy Garoppolo. Von Miller gets 1, Jalen Ramsey gets 2. Boom. I said what I said. I was gonna say Ramsey gets 1, but it might be someone else to get. It might actually be that safety. Who's that fucking safety? Oh, Weddle? Eric Weddle?
Yeah, it might be
Weddle. From the dead that they used like fucking black magic. It was just like, rise, my minion.
Yeah, that dude, he comes out of nowhere.
Hasn't played football in 2 years and is laying fucking boomsticks. I'm like, who are you, Eric Weddle? What are you doing? Who invited you?
Wasn't he the white boy on the Ravens?
No, he might have been. Towards the end of his career, he might have been.
I don't know.
He was on the Chargers forever.
I remember him on the Chargers.
I think he ended his career on the Ravens. I mean, on the Rams, and then he came back for them.
Yeah, I just don't know where he came from. And when they said that they signed him, I'm like, yeah, okay. That's not going to do shit. And then last week, he lays like a fucking boom. I'm like, okay.
That was a late hit.
Sports science doesn't believe in science, apparently. They don't care about what your body can and can't do.
I'm sticking to it. It's Matty Stafford's season. He's going to the Super Bowl. And God trust if he meets Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. God trust. Because Matty Stafford's winning his first fucking Super Bowl.
If the Bengals and the Rams meet in the Super Bowl, I am going to be hard until the NFL draft.
Yo, I'm
going to have to consult a doctor.
It's right here. I said what I said. Joe Burrow season, that motherfucker win a Super Bowl. It's Joe Burrow season forever.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm wiping his fucking semen off my face. It's Joe Burrow's season if that motherfucker wins the Super Bowl. Because that man is something different.
Do you think Joe Shiesty goes back to back if he wins this year? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, hell no. But I definitely think that they fixed that O-line and this is the start of a fucking long future for the Bengals and Joe Burrow.
Bro, can we talk about the future, though, by the way? I mean, we've been spoiled. I've talked about it a few times. We've been spoiled watching Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers in his own right. We've been spoiled over the last couple of years. And now we have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, who might be like his predecessor, Phillip Rivers, and just be right on the outside looking in. Lamar Jackson, if he could just not get a team that just does not have shit ACLs, we are in a time of football, baby. Like, oh my God.
You mentioned Justin Herbert.
I
just want to say that this man's only 3 years in the league, and he has done something that only 8 other quarterbacks has done in all of football. Throw for 5,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only 3 years into the league. Drew Brees has 5 total, most all time. I said what I said. Justin Herbert's going to break that.
I agree. I stand with that easily.
I don't know if you noticed the trend there, Zach, but there's like a very clear divide line where it's like, and you can even look at it in these playoffs to some respect. Obviously, Jimmy G doesn't count, but like the old guard on the NFC facing off against like the new guard in the AFC, like meeting against each other. Because think of all those quarterbacks you named: Allen, Burrow, Herbert, Mahomes, AFC, Brady, Rodgers, fucking Stafford at this point. Like all in the old guard, like the people falling out. I mean, the people who are on the tail end of their career but are still fighting for it. The best of the old, the best of the young. Fuck it.
And Justin Herbert got like, there's something up with the Chargers. They just keep, because they are there. They are there, but there is something that they keep fucking choking on. But they are there on the cusp of a legitimate playoff run.
Mm-hmm. And with a guy like, look, if you watch Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, the only difference is that Josh Allen is made of like fucking adamantium. Like he is indestructible. When you watch them both throw the ball, like you could watch the laziest throw by the two of these guys, and the second that ball leaves their fingertips, it's 100 fucking miles an hour, and it's not even from 0 to 100. And you watch it like it explodes, like shot out of a fucking
Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert. Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert. Those 3 guys right there got some of the most powerful arms that we've seen so far.
Oh, it's
like
crazy.
Those guys, they throw the ball and they throw it like an Aaron Rodgers, like with just such like a Peyton Manning with just such ease. It just
honestly though, like Peyton, you could tell is throwing the ball. Rodgers, you can tell is throwing the ball. Like I've seen Josh Allen, especially Justin Herbert too, just kind of like, all right, they're bringing the ball up. It's going to be like a 5-yard dink, and then it just fucking explodes, and like it looks like you hit fast forward on the fucking film, and it just rockets out of like they've not done anything. And I'm like, all right, screw you guys. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. But anyway, before we get too late, guys, we got to wrap this up. I got to do some editing, and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the fucking places you can find us. Breaking down the tape again. We want to shout out Aviation, American Gin, and StreamYard for allowing us to do the things that we do and say their names. That's kind of cool. Shout out to James for making it onto the podcast for the first time as part of the family.
I've only seen Jimmy Pants. I've never seen James. Who's that?
Who's that motherfucker?
Who's that guy?
You guys got to check out Pound for Pound when James comes on with that. We got some things in the works here, guys, that we're gonna be excited to kind of work on and bring you. I'm gonna be doing some more YouTube stuff here lately. I've decided that I'm gonna come up with a YouTube series called Let's Talk. and it's going to be talking about different players and facets of the NFL. So be prepared for that. And yeah, guys, do you have anything to say before we hit them with it?